And here I am, little Solanna, in the last month of the pollen season. And here we are. It's so beautiful. And it's so nice seeing everyone here. And it looks like both Dees and Cal have something to say. So maybe we'll check out what Dees has to say first. You tell Dees that his sister Tangent wants to know where he's been disappearing off to. His eyes flit briefly to yours, then he stares vaguely off towards the engineering wing, where his sister is reading on her holopalm between classes. He doesn't say anything. She's worried about you. She doesn't care about me, he says sullenly. Tangent's just worried she'll get in trouble if I don't come home one day. He scowls and picks at the hem of his sweater. She doesn't care about anything but her schoolwork. Oh, Dees. Tammy, are you feeling okay? Tammy peers suspiciously at the sky, her big ears twitching. The air is different here, she pouts. We've never lived somewhere where the air can be too dry, too wet, or too hot, or too cold. It's almost as if this planet is alive. She shudders. Ah, that's a scary thought. Yeah, but it's also beautiful. Right, Cal? You're looking for Cal in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else, one of the younger kids, and they're blindfolded? Hey, they exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Cyrus, one of Anemone's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cyrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cyrus stamps his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not her fault, Cal says. She didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a sec. I want to teach her how to play. Cal turns to you as Cyrus leaves. Sorry, Solanna, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Cyrus a new game, but he's more like a Anemone than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kinds of games, other than sports ball. He says, no winners or losers, I just want to have fun with my friends. Cal looks at you hopefully. You want to learn how to play? Yes. Cal's smile looks like it's going to stretch right off his face. Radical, he shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first put on this blindfold. The blindfold is a little scratchy and smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm going to spin you around, and when I let go, you got to listen to my instructions. We're going to walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You nod. You can't see Cal's grin, but you can hear it in his voice as he spins you around and counts to 10. 1, 2, 3. First, Cal says, you gotta walk 10 steps forward. I'll do my best. You take 10 steps straight forward, holding his hands out for balance. The rocky dirt between the garden beds crunches under your feet. Yeah, Cal says. Now turn to your right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear his footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You're like 2 more steps away. You take 2 more steps until your outstretched hands land on the warm metal of the door. Success! Awesome, Cal says. You can't help but smile. This is fun. Now, hit the door button on the right and then keep walking forward until I say stop. Go really slowly, okay? You open the door and start to walk forward. The path slips downward, but your feet slip a little bit. Even though you're moving as slowly as you can, real dirt is nothing like the metal floors on the stratospheric. It's turbo rocky here, Cal says, and you feel his unease prickle in the back of your arms. Just keep going forward slowly. I trust him. You slowly creep down the slope to the center of the colony, somehow managing not to bump into anything. Cal cheers. Okay, now turn a little to your right and keep walking straight. We're so close. You carefully pick your way forward, stopping when you hear Mars's unmistakable voice ring across the courtyard. What are you nullheads doing? Not again. Cal tells her you're playing a game. Is that a real game? Yes, it is. Mars scoffs. It looks like Solanna is just wandering around with a scarf over her eyes. Aren't you a little old for this? Embarrassment burns in your belly as you tear off the blindfold. Blinking away tears at the sudden brightness, you can see Mars looking down her nose at you. Mars sneers, tossing her braids over her shoulder. I thought you were cooler, Solanna. Let me know when you're ready to play adult games. What does that even mean? You become aware of Cal standing behind you. Sorry, Solanna, he says quietly. I guess it is kind of a silly game. You ask if he wants to get some Watado juice from the cafeteria instead. You spend the afternoon brainstorming ideas for more games with no winners or losers. Really, Mars? You couldn't let us have this game this time either? Well. Dad, how are you doing in this pollen? I hope the pollen doesn't mess you up too badly this time. It's Uncle Tonin. He's still just guarding the gate. So, what should I do this month? Maybe we could try babysitting with Tammy? Hello, Solanna. Auntie Seedent greets you. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so happy you've come back to help. You know this place well. The creche, part preschool, part all-day daycare. You practically grew up here, cared for communally while your parents worked their shifts. A few kids even live in the creche full-time. In a way, Antecedent, aka Anne, aka Auntie Seedent, is every kid's mom. The smell of craft glue and clean blankets gives you a calming sense of memory of all the happy times you spent here with your friends. But now we have to make sure nothing else breaks and almost hurts someone. Tammy is here too, gently rocking a drowsy baby against her chest. She looks at ease here in a way you don't usually see. You're going to babysit too? She asks in an excited stage whisper. You'll love it. Suddenly, a bundle of wild hair and pink overalls runs straight into you, nearly knocking you over. Almost more kitten than kid, the child grabs your legs and stares up at you with an unblinking green eyes. Oh, it's Nougat! Watch that one, Auntie Seedent warns. You remember Nougat? She's turning out to be quite a handful. Why don't you start off by getting her down for a nap? Maybe we can try playing a game? Sports ball! She shouts and pulls an extra bouncy inflatable ball from a cubbyhole. You show Nougat how to balance it on your head and bounce it gently up and down. Of course, when she tries it, she bops it with such force that it flies across the room. She chases after it, clapping excitedly. Nougat makes a beeline for some older kids who are playing with a Create-A-Bot. She charges in to pick up the bot and hug it, causing it to flail and roll and knock both her and itself over. By the time you get to the scene of the crime, there are tears, and the other kids are upset about their broken bot. The commotion attracts the attention of Auntie Seedent, who swoops in with hugs and tissues. Within minutes, she has it under control. Whoops, she says, hauling Nougat up onto her hip with ease. Just a little mix-up. Don't worry, everyone. Solanna will get that bot fixed in a jiffy. She winks at you with a warm smile. I sure hope I can get it fixed. And here we go. And now it's dust season. Oh, we've already unlocked the spa again. Hey Tammy. Yeah, the air is different here, and it changes in each season. Let's see if we can say hi to Cal. Cal runs up to you, streaked from foot to neck with purple dirt. There's so much space! Me and Nemi just ran for 20 minutes, and we never ran down the same path twice. He leans over and braces his hand on his knees, breathing heavily. Oh, she's so fast! Yeah, she is. I wonder... Maybe we'll try doing some more life sciences? For today's lesson, Professor Howell tells you, we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over 1 meter a day and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You're teamed up with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up from the surveyor's notes on the holonet. Mush trees, she reads, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil, Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics? Tang nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Solanna, do you have any other suggestions? Well, last time running an electrical current was successful, but maybe plants here, on Earth at least, like the carbon dioxide from our breath, and when people do experiments like that, so maybe we can try singing to it? Tang protests, saying talking and singing to plants is foolish and unscientific, but Professor Hal reminds you that we don't know everything about Vertumnan plants yet, and nobody has proved it doesn't work on mush trees. He gives you his blessing. Every day you rush into the classroom and check on its progress. You and Cal sing quietly to it. Tang flatly refuses to join in. By midweek, it has sprouted, and if you look very closely, you think you can see it growing while you watch. By the end of the week, yours is one of the biggest mush trees in class. But one other group also tried Cal's water idea, and theirs is the same height as yours. How'd they do that without singing? Probably the electricity that we did last time. Oh! We got a super goal of 20 and 3 stars! And now it's Vertumnalia! Our first Vertumnalia! With Tammy! In Earth's history, Udicott begins, then clears her throat and waits for everyone to quiet down. In Earth's history, Vertumna was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens, and fruit. It's no coincidence that our forebears of the Vertumna project chose to take on such an auspicious name, in the hopes of seeding future bountiful seasons of humanity. They will continue this tradition of Vertumnalia, a midsummer festival to celebrate our Vertumna, the celestial planet upon which we find ourselves today. Well, until Loom gets here anyways, we'll continue it. Everyone cheers and applauds. The members of the council all get up on stage one at a time to give their own short speeches. Governor Udicott announces each one of them. Governor Udicott, command. Chief Administrator Seek, command. Security Chief Rhett, garrison. Chief Engineering Instance, engineering. Chief Cultivator, Flulu, geoponics. Chief Steward Accident, quarters. Chief Surveyor Melatonin, expeditions. When it's your mother Flulu's turn, she announces that tonight you'll be eating some of the very first crops grown on Vertumnan soil. Your eyes go to the feast table. Aboard the Stratospheric, it would have been mostly soy-based foods from the nanoprinters, spliced up with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in the small growing bays. This year, the earth plants look even less robust than usual, but they're supplemented with some Vertumnan plants you've come to appreciate. Juicy watata pods and slabs of edible fungi. Udicott takes the stage after everyone on the council has said their piece. What is a festival without festivities? She asks. Professor Hal and Security Chief Rhett have organized a 3-part competition for the children. Good luck, children. Well, they put all that trouble into setting up the bot wrestling. A bot wrestling contest. This has been a classic competition for years on the ship. Someone has rigged up a hydraulic lifting bot to slowly stretch out, increasing in strength over time. The aim is to see how long you can hold it closed using any part of your body before it pops open. Anemone and Cal are competing with you. Cal doesn't like that it's a competition, but he does love bot wrestling. And 7. Seems like right now 12 might be the highest we can get. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to give up, but that's okay. Anemone is rather calm, is the judge, and awards bonus points for techniques as well as brute strength. You sit on the hydraulic bot and use your weight at first, but it wobbles too much and eventually tosses you off. Anemone uses strong leg hold technique and lasts 30 seconds longer than you do before the bot finally escapes her grip. Calm declares the winner. She offers you her hand, then pulls it back at the last second before running away, cackling, "Maybe next year." After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. During the fierce heat of dust, a few days' rest is exactly what you need to feel refreshed. And I guess we'll be going over to see what Tammy has to say next time.